Hey all, Alex Weinberg here. I wanted to take a minute to show you some of my favorite free Reaper scripts that I use daily. And before I dive into them, I wanted to quickly show you a couple setup notes. A few of these, such as Global Sampler and JKK Visualizer, include both a JSFX plugin and a RIA script that remains persistently running. To make sure the RIA scripts are launched every time I start up Reaper, I'm using SWS startup actions. I'm going to assume you already have SWS installed and know how to use it. If not, there are already plenty of great YouTube videos out there on that. So I've set up a custom action that includes everything I want to happen when Reaper first opens, including running all of these scripts. Then I right-click this action and choose Copy Selected Action Command ID. Then I go to Extensions, SWS, Startup Actions, Set Global Startup Action, and paste in that command ID. Now, every time Reaper is launched, this action is automatically run and will run all necessary scripts. Global Sampler is a staple in my workflow. I made an earlier video outlining extended functionality, but by itself, Global Sampler is a powerful tool that records all audio on whatever track the Global Sampler JSFX plugin is placed on. It will display the waveform in the UI created by the script, and then you can drag and highlight a portion of the audio and drag that as an audio file anywhere in your project. And then you can drag and highlight a portion of the audio and drag that as an audio file anywhere in your project. A quick note, this script requires a JSFX plugin to be placed on whatever track the global sampler will be getting its audio from. I've opted to put this on my Monitor FX track. This will grab audio from all tracks before it goes to the master, but it doesn't take up space on the master track itself. Another note, to save myself time, I've set these Monitor FX plugins on a project template so they are automatically loaded every time I create a new project. To make a project template, you can go to File, Save Project as Template, and it will save it in your Reaper Resources folder. Then if you go to Reaper Preferences, under Project, and the option When Creating New Projects, use the following project file as a template, you can hit Browse and select that template. And as I stated before, the Global Sampler RIA script is included in my custom Global Startup action. If you use something like Minimeters, JKK Visualizer will probably look pretty familiar to you. It's a small native metering tool that displays LUFS, a goniometer, a symbiote visualizer, an oscilloscope, a spectrum analyzer, and a spectrogram. Like the Global Sampler, the JSFX plugin is placed on my Monitor FX chain, and the rescript is included in my custom Global Startup action. This also includes an editor script that allows you to choose which modules are included, customize colors, and increase or reduce gain for each module. If you don't already know, MVK scripts are absolutely goated and by far the most robust Reaper scripts I've found to date. You do have to pay for most of them, and they are well worth the price, but this one is totally free, so I would definitely recommend picking it up ASAP if you haven't. Essentially, this is a script that allows you to search for pretty much anything in Reaper or your project, from FX plugins, to actions, to regions, to tracks, to track templates, FX chains, and more. There is far too much functionality included in NVK search for me to cover in this short video, but I'll highlight some of my favorite use cases. First off, I've assigned a hotkey to launch this script, Command F, as that is the key assigned in Ableton to search the browser, so I was already very used to using it for a similar purpose. Besides the obvious of just typing and finding results, one of my favorite features is the use of folders to organize your favorite and most used things. I have folders set up for my favorite preferences pages, as well as lists of commonly used actions. You can even further organize into parent and subfolders, So for instance, I have a parent folder of favorite actions and all subfolders of what kind of actions they are. There are also typing shortcuts to narrow your search. So if I know I'm looking for a track template, I can type E, then a space, and it will show I'm filtering by track templates. Then I can type to filter those results, arrow up or down, press enter, and it will insert a new track with that template. It's also great for navigation. If I need to navigate to a specific region within my project, I can type R, then space, select the region I want to go to, and when I hit enter, it will navigate to that region in the timeline. ReaLauncher is a startup project launcher window, one thing that's always felt a bit missing in Reaper for me. You can view recent projects, project templates, and even track templates. This allows you to also create lists for all your projects or templates to further organize them and easily find what you're looking for. This is another script I've included in my global startup action to make sure that it is launched every time I open Reaper. So this is just a very small fraction of the amazing third-party Reaper scripts out there that I use consistently, but some of my absolute favorites that I feel like really help make Reaper special and completely in its own league of audio production software. I'm always looking for more to add to the roster as well, so I'd love to hear any of your must-haves. I hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Cheers.